Yeah, so every month I like to update my watch list because I noticed a couple months ago, like when I used to share my watch list, I got pinned hard to those names. Like, oh, you said it was on your watch list and you're not saying it's not anymore. Like, what's in your I need to constantly update this apparently. So I'm trying to do it on a monthly basis, but ARM Holdings is like one of my favorite names. I've always wanted exposure since their IPO. So ARM Holdings. A lot of people don't realize what ARM is. It's essentially like the blueprint architecture behind all the chips that you know of. Like all the chips. Like I'm saying right here, like Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, they all use ARM Holdings architecture. They all use ARM-based chips. And the way their business model works is on licensing and royalties. So they essentially don't have to make the chips. Their gross margins are 97%. Every dollar of revenue, 97% goes straight into their pocket in profitability. It's a wild business model. If you want the picks and shovels of the new digital economy, it's going to be ARM. Meta. I think Meta is just a monster of a company. Meta isn't just an ad business anymore. Like they are truly the only company to integrate Gen AI, real-time ad bidding, and like AR into a unified ecosystem that's really going to be the center of interacting and monetizing the new digital world that we're just beginning to get into. Their LLM strategy was open source from the get-go, and Llama is going to be the open source go-to essentially because of that advantage they had right from the get-go. So Meta's a great company. Zuck did a great job the past 2 years on those chess moves. So it's not going to give you that dip opportunity. It's up, I think, 3 straight weeks right now, like 14 straight grain days. But yeah, AppLovin. So they're monetizing the mobile economy. They really are, and digital consumption is about to get crazy in the next couple of years. Like crazy. I don't think people are realizing how many products are going to get launched from AI tools accelerating the idea to execution phase. What do you have to do with all those products? You're going to have to monetize it in a way. And AppLovin is going to be that ad engine that operates those that system you need to get that attention to buy your products, etc. So like they are just perfectly placed. Their margins are really up there. Like it's AI driven monetization in the ad space. Like it is, their Axon product is really impressive. And this is one name I want more exposure in. And Intuitive Surgical. It's essentially a robotic assisted surgery. Their Da Vinci robotic system is just like wow, and they create this like whole ecosystem around it. So like they sell you on the hardware for Da Vinci, but really they make their money on the ecosystem around that hardware. Sound familiar? That's what Apple does for the Apple Store, App Store. That's what Axon Technology does for the cloud ecosystem they generate around the body cams for the cops. Like creating an ecosystem is the stickiest mode of them all, and it's high barrier of entry for any competition. Intuitive Surgical has that. Yeah, Cameco. When I went on Friday to talk on Fox with Charles, like we talked nuclear because one of the comments that AWS made on Amazon was they're energy constrained. I do think the nuclear renaissance is going to occur, and Cameco is perfectly placed for that. So to think about it, Cameco is to nuclear energy what Nvidia is to AI compute. The uranium is going to be an essential component of the nuclear energy theme. They're the leading domestic uranium supplier out there, and they also have equity in Brookfield that gives them SMR exposure and small modular reactors. That segment of nuclear energy, that's what I'm most bullish on because it has the highest ceiling of them all. You can get some of that SMR exposure in Cameco with that Brookfield partnerships. Like it's kind of a safe play because they are this leading uranium supplier, but also you have that exposure of that exciting part of nuclear that if it does end up working out, like they're going to be benefiting off that as well.